Hi everyone, welcome to the Fam3PRO User Interface provided by the Bayes Mendel Lab from the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. Today, I'm gonna give you a tutorial about how to use this interface, and if you're a new user to this platform, welcome. You can go to the sign up page I will introduce later to create an account, and if you're returning users, you can enter credentials in the login page. Make sure you agree to the terms and conditions, which is indicated over here, and you should make sure to click on agree to the terms. And if you go to sign up page, first there's a bot check to check if you're not a robot. And once you hit submit, you can go to the sign up page to enter a new username as well as your email address and the password based on this password criteria, and then you can create your new account. Credentials, and we will land on the home page. Here there is a brief introduction about what is the Fam3PRO, what it does. It basically gives you the future cancer risk estimation and carrier probability estimation for certain genes, certain variants given a cancer type. And also we have a quick tutorial about how to use Fam3PRO in a PDF format, and a quick start guide if you can see in the tab below. Feel free to open it and use it. If you have any questions, always refer back to the manual or this video. And a note for the privacy, so no information including patient names, age, or other sensitive information goes into this platform or will be stored in the server. Everything is de-identified, just a note for the privacy concerns. And then we can get started to use our Fam3PRO user interface. So once you go to the Manage Pedigrees site, you can either create your new pedigrees or load a pre-existing pedigree you created previously. Here I'm gonna go to create a new pedigrees, so you can just hit Get Started to start the process. And after loading, you can enter the most basic information, including the probe and demographics. First, give this pedigree an ID. For example, just call it a test pedigree. And then for the proband, female, and the age will be 63. And let's create the pedigree. And then we have more information to enter, for example, race and ethnicity, as well as different ancestries. And we can add cancer history for the proband as well. So for example, here there are different cancer types you can choose from, and if we click this cancer type, we have diagnosis, age as well for you to enter if you have that information available. And if you here we want a breast cancer, and we can just put the diagnosis age of 58, and we will ask if they have contralateral breast cancer. It could be yes or no, and we here choose no. Then this will give us to estimate proband's contralateral breast cancer risk. There are different inputs over here. So first, it will be asking the first breast cancer. It could be the pure invasive, mixed invasive, or just unknown. There are multiple options right here. And it was the first breast cancer treated with anti-estrogen therapy. And there are also a lot of options over here. For example, is it high risk pre-neoplasia? What's the density results for the breast cancer and the tumor sizes? And then for breast cancer specifically, we have this tumor marker panel as well. There are 5 different markers you can choose from. It could be positive or negative, or you can just leave it blank if you don't have it. And surgical history as well for breast cancer patients, like bilateral mastectomy, and the other two options for you to choose from, as well as the age of the procedure to help us better estimate. And for the genes, we have different germline testing results, and each user can customize their own gene testing panels. We have a wide range of variety of genes you can choose from. So over here, you can scroll down and click create new. That will give you options to create a new panel called example template. And there are multiple genes you can select from, about like 40 to 50 genes besides the 22 genes of the Fam3PRO. And for example, here, breast cancer, we can search up BRCA1, BRCA2, and the TP53, and that will create our own panel template. And you can just select this template, click add, and go to edit gene tester result. For each of the genes in the panel, you can do 3 different options. So it could be pathogenic, likely pathogenic, unknown significance, that's VUS, and BLB, that's benign and likely benign. And for each, you can add the gene variant. So you can select, for example, BRCA1 gene, look at the nucleotide, enter protein or the zygosity, and that will give you a summary table for all the genes and results over here. So that's the gene panels. And if you don't want the entry of the result, you can also delete it. And then we go back to adding relatives. You can add your children, the number of maternal relatives like aunts or uncles, siblings, as well as paternal relatives. We will just have a quick demo over here, for example, and once you're ready, click display pedigree. That will give you an interactive pedigree figure to your left, and everything to your right will be changing reflectively on the left side of the figure. Once you hover onto it, you can see everything is interactive. There are 3 little icons. One is add a child, as it could be like a son, daughter, or a twin, and every member can have this function. And the second one is add a sibling. And the third one would be adding a partner. Different shapes indicate different gender. The square is the male, and the circle are the females. And then everything is same here as we mentioned, for example, cancer history. And now we don't want a breast cancer for the proband. We just delete it and click update, save pedigree. Now you can see the blue color disappear, which means our tree has been updated. And you can do this with all those kind of risk modifiers as well. And you can always switch from a proband to a relative if you want to input for other family members, cancer history, other modifiers. So you go here, click proband, and then you can switch to, for example, I want a cancer history for one of the maternal aunt. So click on maternal aunt 1, and we can add her cancer history over here. So let's first do the demographics. Let's probably do an age of 85, and we can add her cancer history, for example, breast cancer here, and diagnosis age, if you know that, is 75, for example. And same thing for the contralateral cancer risk and other tumor markers and gene panels. Let's also do one for the paternal aunt number 1. Let's do a different types of cancer. Each cancer gets their own color scale. Let's do ovarian cancer. That would be diagnosed age of 80, and enter like age of 85 as well. You can see every time we click something else, the plot got automatically updated. And now we have our pedigrees with cancer history. and ready to go to run the Fam3PRO model. And you can always download this figure or save it as a tabular format over here, with every member has their own ID and everything is formatted as a categorical or numerical variable in a table. And we also have this cancer table for who has cancer history, what cancer and what age, and the gene testing panel if anyone has a gene panel testing history. And then we can go to the Fam3PRO. We have everything ready, and here we can see the current version of Fam3PRO being run, which 2.0.5. that will be updated soon. And if you're interested, always feel free to check out the Fam3PRO documentation. That will give you the detailed description of what does the Fam3PRO function does in the R package and what each of the parameter is. We also have this curated literature database for penetrance because we want the future risk and carrier probability estimates. So here, each of the cancer types and each gene pair has a link to the publication that it was recorded. So feel free to use this as a reference check, go to different URLs, and yeah, this will be updated regularly. And the default setting for Fam3PRO is the Fam3PRO 22. It includes 18 cancer types and 22 genes. The default maximum simultaneous mutations are 2 for the algorithm, and the years of interval default is 5. You can put an integer between 1 and 10. And for advanced settings, for example, you can assume all the unknown races or all the unknown ancestries. And here are some other parameters you can do. For instance, the random seed for age imputation. If you don't have age for certain relatives, Fam3PRO will impute it for you. And you can also check the number of iterations, as well as multiple variants for BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes. And if you misclicked anywhere and you want to switch it back to the default, just do reset to the default and it will brings you back to the default settings. And once you have all those adjustments, you're ready to run Fam3PRO. It usually take about under 1 minute to finish, but if you have multiple family members that have unknown age, then Fam3PRO will take longer to impute all the ages for all the relatives for you, and that will take about 2 to 4 minutes. And if the server is loaded, it will take longer. And for the results, we have first the cancer risk plot with the given interval you just have, and cancer probability, both in the figures and the tabular format. And for the figures, it's also interactive. You can scroll down to the bottom to see different cancer type legends and hover your mouse onto the data point to see what age is it and what are the estimates for each of the cancer types. And this is very crowded picture, and you can also zoom to the y-axis to give you a clear view of which cancer type you're referring to. You can also compare your risk to an average person. That will show you like a comparison for different cancer types in general, and this will be reflected on a tabular format as well. For carrier probability plots, for each of the 22 genes, you will have a mutation probability, and you will get a non-carrier probability in total, which is 0.99 for this case. And click zoomed, it will give you a better resolution. Same thing for the table. You can always sort the table by any values or search specific genes you want, and you can always download the results as a CSV file or RDS that could be loaded into R. And once you click download, everything is going to be compressed into a zip file for you to use. If you click run settings, it will always give you a record of which model was run and what parameters were used. That would be handy for you to have a record. And the console output is the output you will see if you actually run the Fam3PRO function in R. And here are the records of the assumptions, for example, germline testing results that without an input from the user, or the age imputations that with age missing from the pedigree and how it was imputed. Yeah, and those are some those reference you can always go back to see. And once you're done, you can either do a new pedigree or load another pedigree from another person, or you can always just choose to log out. And for your account, you can always add managers. So a manager could be your collaborator or supervisor who can copy the pedigrees you created under your account to their own account. So that is a purpose of sharing and using as a collaboration. But for yourself, you can always copy, download, and delete your pedigree. So for example, here you can copy a pedigree with a new name. You can download your pedigree in either CSV or RDS format, and you can select multiples to download. Things will be the tabular format. And lastly, you can delete your pedigrees as well as in single or multiple pedigrees. Once they're loaded, you can click delete. And you're done. Lastly is about if you forgot your username or password. Same thing here, you do a quick bot check and you go to recover your account information. Just put the email address you used to register your account. We will email you your username and instructions to how to reset your password. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for using the Fam3PRO User Interface, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns.